Hello everybody, welcome to my book vlog. Today we are discussing Fight Like a Girl by Clementine Ford. Now, I was not someone who'd heard of Clementine Ford before because she's an Australian writer and broadcaster, and obviously I live in London. But Clementine Ford is also well known for her TED talk, Your Vagina is Not a Car. And it is this outspoken, confrontational, angry but deeply funny and sarcastic insight into feminism that is exactly the style that's behind this book. And the reason why I picked this book to chat about is because I loved Fight Like a Girl. I loved this. I thought it was visceral. I thought it was clever. I thought it was brilliant in that it takes on those who still see feminism as a threat, but also it mixes. It's a wonderful blend of investigative journalism, opinion and memoir. So it has a great spirit to it as well. There's a lot of women writers writing feminist books. There's a big call for it at the moment, and I guess people see it as a subject that's going to get people to buy books. So I've read a few of them, and not all of them I've chatted about on this vlog channel, because I just thought, as a fellow feminist, I'm very aware that we pick apart each other's feminism. I know we shouldn't do that. I know we shouldn't. But I'm very nervous about platforming books that I don't believe feel inclusive. And that's categorically not the case with Clementine's book, which I think is fantastic. As the title indicates, it looks a lot at language and the kind of language men use to insult women and the kind of language women take on to talk about themselves and the negativity of all those terms. But it starts in a really good place, and it starts with looking at growing up, growing into the female body and acknowledging all the messages that we absorb and into the way we think and talk about ourselves. It then looks at how when we come out into the world, we are met with hostility with some men who obviously seek to demean and dehumanize us and objectify us, and how this can lead to a complexity with the relationship with ourselves and with men over time. But the wonderful spirit in this book is that Clementine is adamant that it is okay to be angry, and she uses a lot of her own experiences to showcase this. So Clementine is a very outspoken feminist in her own work, and that has attracted plenty of criticism for her online and through the mail. Now, some of the stuff that she sent is hard to read and it's frustrating. But what Clementine does is she picks apart the language that men uses and also looks at the way society treats her for complaining about the abuse she receives. A particular good example is she was getting loads of criticism in her private messages channel on her Facebook page, and she escalated them all to Facebook and saying, look, I block these people. Look at this kind of language they're using to insult me and to threaten me. And Facebook did nothing. But when Clementine took screenshots of the messages and put them on her Facebook page, she was walloped with a 30-day suspension from Facebook for language use. And it was just sort of, okay, so it's all right for these men to send me that language, but when I put the screenshots of their language up on to a public channel, you're going to penalise me for this. And it's this double standard that Clementine constantly brings out again and again. But like I say, it's the humour that's in there. Clementine is very funny, but she's also very honest. So she talks about her own abortions. She talks about her experiences of becoming pregnant. She talks about, some of the ways she has built up dealing with men and women who criticise her. And she shares some of the skills, and it's for women like me who are also on social media, it's pretty useful. But it's useful for any woman in any situation who finds themselves being wrong-footed and thinking, oh, I should be reacting and I can't think of the words to say. Like I said, Clementine is saying it's all right to be angry. You have a reason to be angry. These are the reasons why you should be angry. And to find yourself a community and fellow women who say, yeah, you are right to feel these things. So this is a great book. I flew through this. It's quite chunky. I think it's almost about 400 pages. And even though Clementine is Australian, she pulls a lot of reference points from the UK and from the US, such as the various sexual assault cases and criminal statistics from both countries. So this feels a very smart move for writing about many countries and many societies, all that experience the same problem. I've now started following Clementine on social media after reading this book, and yeah, she's a great speaker. And I know this comes with a lot of plaudits, particularly from the likes of Shirley Manson from Garbage, who've really also taken to this book, and I can see why. So if you are looking for if you're a feminist and you are looking for something to read that feels collegiate, that feels like something that you can grab onto and commune with and speaks to you and sort of gives you that energy to keep going, then I really recommend Clementine Ford's Fight Like a Girl. It is a full-blooded, spiriting, empowering book that is as funny as it is powerful. It's great stuff.